Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I decided to do a French mani for a spring collab. And I know it's been like over a month since I actually did like a nail related video. Most of the time y'all see me do like gaming content. Well, with that being said, now let's start this video. I will be using With the Lights On from Zooty, and I'll be using glue from Vivid Dip. I am doing 2 dips of With the Lights On, and the color is a very sheer pink with hollow iridescent glitter in it. It is like a very beautiful dip powder, and most of the time people tend to use With the Lights On as like a topper for their dip powder, but I thought that this color would be fun to do like a French mani with. I literally went through like my dip collection and I picked out some nudie colors, and I decided to go with the Lights On because I was like, you know what? This would be fun if I use it. And it's been sitting in my drawer for a very long time. And I think that was a time when I was able to, well, it wasn't like, there was some challenges to buy like Zooty dips, but I was still able to like purchase some colors. But over time, it got to the point where the color literally leaves my cart when I was about to check out. So after a while I had trouble getting a Zooty dip. And then there'd be times when I joke around saying all the Zooty dips that I have in my collection could pay for my college education, because people be selling these dips either $200 a jar, or some of them went up to $1,000, and I'm like, gosh, this is nuts. And the owner, she usually releases collections here and there, so it's one of those limited edition things. So if you don't grab it, you totally missed out. It's been 2 years since Zooty released anything. And from what I read in some nail groups, the owner was going through some life stuff. And she also owned a nail salon too. So she's been pretty busy. So she basically released dip powders whenever she has time. And I hope that the owner's doing okay. And then when I checked on the group to see if there's any updates or anything, the group got archived I think sometime last year that I missed. So yeah, maybe sometime this year, or maybe in the future that the owner might release new dips. Who knows? I'm going to take a break and I'll be back. I am done dipping into With the Lights On, so I decided to encapsulate it with clear. I know it's been forever since I did this method. Most of the time I just use gel liquids to encapsulate and be done, but I was too lazy to do all of that, so I decided to grab the clear that I mostly use for glitters. And I think there was a point where I got a random piece of red glitter, and of course I gently scrape it off and then dip my finger back into the clear. So I'm gonna let y'all watch me do this part, and then I'm gonna come back. I am using Activate from Vivid Dip. I did 2 coats, and I think I waited about 3 minutes before filing buffing. I do like a tapping test to make sure that the dip is like nice and solid before I do all that. And the funny thing is, when I purchase dip liquids, I tend to run out of base coat and I always have like a ton of activator. I do not know why it happens like that. I am using Audrey Black and French White from Beetles. I thought that the French tip guys was a good idea to do the French tip, and when I removed it, it didn't give me clean lines, and I had a great experience like using them during a dip powder application or even with regular nail polish. It worked pretty well. It's just maybe gel polish doesn't work for products like the French tip guide, or maybe I'm not using it right. I don't know. So I ended up like wiping my thumb and trying it from scratch. So I'm going to skip through this part. Now I am starting over without the French tip guide, and I was hoping that the French tip guide will work out so I could cut my mani time in half. And I mentioned in the beginning that it's sort of like applying winged eyeliner because you're trying to make everything like look even, and that's like challenging. And this mani like took me a while because I haven't done a French manicure on myself like in a very long time. I used to like wear it like all the time when I was younger, and I remember that it didn't take me long because I was like practicing. So this is what I get for not practicing often. And I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back. I cured the first coat for 30 seconds, and now I am doing the second coat so I can make it darker and to go over some areas that I missed. And I'll be back. I think this is the point when I just do a little bit of cleaning up and just say, screw it, just cure it and move on to the next nail, because I was like working on my thumb for a while. Before I move on to the other nails, I am going to put on the gel base coat from 10X Tina, and I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. And yes, I finally got new gel liquids, and I'm trying to get used to the 10X Tina gel liquids because I've been using the Shundalen Bonate one for a very long time. So I'm so used to how it performs, but now I'm trying to get used to like new gel liquids. And I'll let y'all know how I like them after I've been using them for a while. And I'll be back. Now I am using a no wipe gloss gel from 10X Tina. It's basically fancy word for gel top coat. And I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds. It's to make sure that when I work on the other nails that my French tip is like still in place. And I'll be back. I decided to use the French white on my pinky, and it seems like this application was easier than my thumb for some weird reason. And I made sure I took my time on it, and then I cured it for 30 seconds, and then on the second coat, I just go over parts that I missed, and I'll be back. The pointer finger wasn't too bad to do. It was like a little challenging because I had to keep my hand in a frame so y'all could see what I am doing. And I'm sure it wouldn't be too bad if I wasn't filming this mani. And at this point of the mani, I was like probably thinking like, why did I like do this to myself? I could have like did some like other different like spring designs, but no, I wanted to do a French tip with some random nail art on my ring finger. Like, I don't know. Like, at this point, I was like regretting like my life decisions. I'll let y'all watch me do this and I'll come back. This is the last nail that I am doing a French tip on, and I decided to switch back to Audrey Black. And for some reason, the middle nail was like extra difficult about allowing me to do this French tip. It's like, this is the last nail. And the funny thing is, if you're the type of person who wears like winged eyeliner, you probably totally get it. Like, like one side, it is all nice and sharp and gorgeous, and the other side is looking like great value, and you try to make it even, and then at some point you end up with a super thick liner because you're trying to make it even. So that's how my middle nail was, and it took a lot of cleanup for me to fix it. And I am going to like speed through this part because this part like took forever. And I forgot to mention that I've been carrying like the nails like in between each coat, and then the second coat is just basically me like going back and touch up some parts that I missed. I'll be back. I am just putting on the gel base coat, and I'm going to cure it for 60 seconds, and then I am going to move on to the nail art. I've seen some manis with different type of lines, and then I decided to incorporate flowers so people will think that this mani is spring. I have no idea, so for the lines, I decided to chrome them because y'all know that I love me some chrome powder, and I look for an excuse to incorporate chrome in my mani sometimes. And I am just doing like 2 coats of Audrey Black, and I cured it for 30 seconds so it can still be tacky enough for me to apply the chrome powder. I'll let y'all watch me do this and I'll be back. I am using a silicone applicator from Woody's Goodies. It was a freebie that I got in like one of my orders. And if you don't have a silicone applicator, of course you could use like a makeup sponge or even like a eyeshadow applicator to apply them, or even your fingertip. It's like the options are endless on applying like chrome powder. So before I was just like gently like patting it on the black, and then once I got enough chrome powder, I just started rubbing it in. And the applicator is like kind of a pain to clean, and then I learned a hack from, gosh, I think it was someone on Instagram on how to like get rid of the chrome powder. All I do is just like grab some scotch tape to like clean it up a little bit better. But sometimes I just wipe it off and it'll be okay. It depends on the chrome powder. I am happy with the chrome design, so I am going over the design with gel top coat to ensure that it will stay when I wipe off my nails with alcohol a little bit later. You're going to totally see how it's going to work. So after I am done, I am going to cure it for 60 seconds. I am not going to wipe anything off before I cure it. I'll be back. I am using pure gold to start off the flower design, so I'm only going to do 2 dots, and then I am going to cure it for 60 seconds, and I'll be back. I decided to do black and white flower petals, and I wasn't happy with how the white flower petals was looking, so I ended up wiping it off and redoing it. And I was okay with the black flower petals, and I'm just like messing around with it to get the size of the flower petal that I want. The second attempt, it was okay. I wasn't entirely happy with it because I was at the point when I just want my nails to be done because I was like working on it for a very long time. And my thought process is like, you know what? My nails are trash. I'm just going to finish them up and post them and be on my way. I am done with the nail art, and like I mentioned before, I was like totally ready to be done with this mani, so I'm just putting on the gel top coat, going to cure for 60 seconds, and then I am going to put on the gel top coat and everything will get cured for 1 minute and 20 seconds. Since I'm just doing a gel top coat, I'll give y'all a life update. So my graduation ceremony is next month in Arizona. I don't know if I mentioned to y'all that most of my classes are online, but the campus is located in Arizona, so I'll be like driving there because I only get my bachelor's degree like once in my life, so why not? And I already have my outfit and stuff picked out. I just need to figure out, like, what am I going to do with my nails? And, of course, like, both of my hands are going to be matching, I want to be, like, somewhat, like, organized, when I do the ceremony. And I may, like, release, like, new colors to celebrate next month. But the issue I'm having right now is, like, I need to find a new supplier for my dip powder and, like, the nail polish, so that's been like a little challenging. And plus I haven't been releasing like new product. Well, actually it seems like I've been releasing like newer stuff like quarterly, so it's not like I don't like wait like too long to like release a new product. So yeah, so I've been like mostly like restocking stuff with what I have right now, and I've been like kind of holding back on releasing new colors because I'm having issues finding a new supplier. So hopefully I'll find like the new supplier for one of the products, and then I'll be able to constantly like release stuff when I am done with school. But we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated. and I'll be back. I am using a wet dog cuticle oil from Glitzy Oil Company, and I would like to thank y'all so much for taking time out of your day to view this video, and hit that subscribe button if you're loving this spring mani, and don't forget to hit that little bell because it'll notify you when I upload a video.